and good morning. So it's finally time for me to do another reading vlog. It's been a while. I think the last one I did was a 24-hour readathon with Tabby over at Gryffindor Bookworm. We read 2 books by HOUR Readathon. It was so much fun. For the first time since months, I finally have the entire Saturday to myself, so I thought, why not use it for another 24-hour readathon? I'm just doing this with me, myself, and I. I look like I partied really hard, but trust me, I didn't. I just went to sleep on a normal time. I had two glasses of wine though. Yeah, because it was Friday night and I just finished my school day and I thought I deserved that, so don't judge me. The plan for today is to read this book, Fable by Adrienne Young. This was the book pick of Fairy Loot for their September theme, Under the Sea. I will tell you guys more about this book later, but first I need to go and make breakfast for me and my boyfriend because I promised him to do that. I don't really know what I want to read after Fable, but I just thought we'll take a look at my bookcase and just pick a book depending on my mood. I'm glad I can take you guys along with me, and I hope you're going to enjoy this vlog. And thank you so much for being here. And if you like being here, consider hitting that subscribe button because that helps out so much. Now I'm gonna make breakfast. Okay, so I just came out of the shower, you can probably tell, and I've checked my email so that I'm up to date with everything and my YouTube comments, and now it's time to read. This is a young adult fantasy about a girl named Fable, and she is 17 years old and she has been left on this island called Javal by her father called Saint, who is a pirate. And her father has a reputation, so he's kind of a badass that has a lot of money, a lot of ships, and he is a threat to the current government because he intercepts their trade routes and such. So he has built up quite the name for himself, and nobody knows that Fable is his daughter. She's not meant to tell anyone, but she has to find a way to get off this island Javal and get back to her father, even though their relationship is nowhere near healthy. And Fable is a dredger. I didn't know this word, but it apparently means that she can dive pretty deep and then pick up objects or other valuable materials so she can sell them to traders. And that is how she earns her money. So eventually she gets passage on a ship with a captain called West, and they are going to this big city called Durn. And that's kind of where I am now. So there are a lot of things going on. She just found out that she can look at gems and tell people if they're real or not. There's this relationship going on between West and one of the ship crew members, and there's something going on with a dagger that is being sold, and then Fable has to get it back. And she found out that it's actually not called the Marigold, the ship that she has passage on, but it's a shadow ship for her pirate father. And while saying this, I'm actually kind of clueless what it all means, but that's probably the intention of the writer, because this way I'm intrigued and I want to keep reading. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And hopefully I'll finish this book within the next couple of hours. Ooh, also I wanted to show you guys this because I purchased 2 face masks. Finally, it's mandatory here in the Netherlands. So far it hasn't been, so you could just walk around without a face mask, but now it's mandatory because we're going through a second wave. And I purchased 2 really lovely face masks and I wanted to share them with you guys. So I purchased them from Jane's Craft Hut and they are handmade in the UK. So these are reusable and washable. The first one is kind of more neutral, so I went with a dark blue and then all the white stars. Oh, it's so cute. I mean, how fashionable is this? And this is the second one, so this has all kind of spells on there, which I thought was really appropriate because you want people to keep their distance. And it says Stupefy, Expelliarmus. There's actually a third spell on there, but I don't know what it says. Oh, is it Confringo? Confringo? I think it's something like that, but yeah, it looks really neat. Let me just show you guys. Hey, look at that. That is so cool. I might buy some more because I think they were just really cute. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys, and now I'm gonna read. So I thought I would give you guys a quick update on my reading progress. So I'm at page 233. I think 2/3 of the book. I'm almost done and I'm loving it. Pretty sure at the beginning I said that her father saint is a pirate, but that's not true. He's just a powerful trader. There are no pirates in this story, but he is a really tough guy, so that part was true. And his relationship with Fable is really complicated and there's not much love there. Some other things that I really need to mention. I love the ambience in this book. The whole concept of living on a ship with a crew at sea, going to these port cities and go to taverns. I just really like that. And it almost feels like I'm there, like I'm part of the crew. It feels really cozy and unsafe at the same time. So yeah, I think it's a really great atmosphere and I really enjoy that part. Also, I grew up with movies and books that only portray men working on a ship or being a crew member, and there are women that are crew members in this book, and I think that's just really badass and I'm loving it. Life in the Narrows is just really rough. Like, you have to be aware of your surroundings because there's always a threat or a trader who wants to out-trade you, and people get murdered over small things because every action demands a reaction, and this is how Fable grew up. The characters are also really interesting. So the ship's crew consists of Oster and Posh. I'm not really sure if I pronounced that correctly, but they kind of have a love thing going on. Wes, the helmsman, and Willie, who I thought were in a relationship, but yeah, that turned out a little bit differently. So yeah, I'm just really excited to finish the story, but I'm first going to make lunch. Hi there, me again. Well, I just had lunch and did some more reading, so now I'm almost finished with Fable, and there's just a lot going on. It's a very dynamic story. Also, Fable has found a new goal because so far her first goal was to escape from Javal, the island where she was left by her father called Saint. Then her mission was to find Saint and be a crew member on his ship. So this didn't go as planned, and I was wondering what her next goal would be. But that has been made clear now, and I'm just very curious to see where it's gonna go next. And I feel like there's a romance blooming between Fable and one of the ship's crew members. And while I was reading, the doorbell rang, and what do you know? It is book mail, so I thought, why not share it in this video? It is my Once Upon a Book Club box. This is a subscription that I have. I get these boxes each month. It is the adult version. They also have a young adult version. And inside is a book and some bookish items. So it's a really unique concept. You read the book, along the way you find these post-its and they correspond with gifts in your box. I always combine the book review with the unboxing, so I have loads of those videos up on my channel, but I thought it might be fun to just take a quick look at the box and the book that we got. Ooh, it's really colorful. All right, I think the theme had something to do with Egypt, like ancient Egypt. Yeah, it definitely has those vibes, like with the gold and the hieroglyphs. And this is the book. It's a very shiny book cover. It is The Book of Two Ways by Jodi Picoult. We have a main character called Dawn Edelstein. She's on a plane. There's a crash. She survives. She has a husband, Brian, and their beloved daughter back in Boston, but somewhere in Egypt is Wyatt Armstrong, who works as an archaeologist unearthing ancient burial sites, a career that Dawn once studied but was forced to abandon when life suddenly intervened. And now when it seems that fate is offering her second chances, he is not as sure of the choice he once made. I'll probably like this book because it's about ancient Egypt and archaeology, and then there's also this bigger theme, life and second chances. So yeah, I think it's a book that I'll definitely appreciate, and I can't wait to open these gifts. But yeah, if you want to see the full unboxing, that will be up in the near future. Talking about book mail, I'm also expecting another book called The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. I ordered it from Waterstones, but they had some problems with the release date, and then somehow my order got cancelled, and I emailed them a couple of times saying that I don't want my order cancelled, I still really want the book. Then they didn't respond for a few weeks. I emailed them again, and now finally they said, oh, we're so sorry, we'll ship it out to you as soon as possible. So it did get shipped, but it's not here yet, and I was hoping that it came today so I could start that book. I still got like an hour left probably before I finish Fable. Who knows, the book can still be delivered. I just finished Fable by Adrienne Young. I always read the acknowledgements once I finish a book, and it says that she dedicated this story to her father because he died, and she left messages in a bottle throughout this book for him. So I think that's really sweet, and I love the symbolism in that. First thoughts about the book is that I really like it. I think the story is unique. I like the ambience. I love her writing style. And can we just talk about that kiss? I mean, that was an upside down, under the sea, breath exchanging kiss with bubbles. However, I do think that kissing under the sea is so not romantic at all. I think I would choke. But in this story, it sounded really romantic. But the book definitely has its flaws. There are just some things that I don't really get, like Fable being a gem sage. It's kind of a thing in the book. It's not like she had to put it to the test or had to use it at one point because they couldn't find the gemstones. It was just there, and I didn't really get what it added. And there was also this scene in which Fable needs money, 800 coppers, and she decides that she is gonna ask that from her dad by manipulating him with an item from her mother that she stole from his own posts. And then she goes to this place where she meets up with her father saint. She says, hi, I've got your necklace, here it is, what do you want for it in return? 800 coppers, we'll do that later on. Okay, bye, here you go. So I didn't really get that, because she gave him back the necklace that she stole from his home, and then he gave her the 800 coppers like a day later. Why would you do that? You already have the necklace. Yeah, I still don't get that moment. So that is kind of a flaw for me in the story, and I think the author could have come up with a more creative way of getting the 800 coppers instead of making that weird scene with her father. So yeah, okay. I have this rule that I have to be emotionally attached to characters, and I have to cry or just feel really emotional to give a book 5 stars, so it's definitely not up there. However, I did really enjoy it, and I thought the story and the writing style were just really good. I'm still undecided, so I'm gonna leave the rating for my October book review. The book ends on a cliffhanger. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is because I don't want to spoil it for you, but that means that there will be a second book, and yes, I'm definitely gonna add that to my TBR. And now it's time for book number 2, because it's only like 3 p.m. I believe, and I have a lot of time until the 24-hour readathon stops for me. I just have no idea what I'm gonna read next. Let's take a look at my bookcase. I still had some hope that the Thursday Murder Club that I ordered was gonna be delivered today, because I thought that would be the perfect read for an October reading vlog, but it didn't, so I had to take a look at my bookcase. I had a couple of options, but I went for a book that was published in 2020, which is The House of Dragons by Jessica Kloes. And that's why I've changed my outfit, because this says dragon in Dutch, draak. Doesn't really mean the same thing. This is more like a sassy individual. We call that a draak, or somebody that's like really playful. But still, I thought draak, dragon, it's kind of the same thing, so that's why I changed my outfits. This is a book that is high on my TBR. I know that it is an action-packed fantasy that has great world building, a lovable cast of characters, and of course, dragons. 5 houses will hear the call to compete for the dragon throne. A liar, a soldier, a servant, a thief, and a murderer will answer it. Who will win? So I'm really excited to start this book, and I'm just gonna sit on my couch and read. I literally only read 1 sentence, but I saw a map and I thought it would be good to share that with you guys, because I always like maps in books. I mean, that looks amazing, right? Oh, and the first sentence of the book, that's the only thing I read so far, but one day after the emperor had died and been eaten, the call went out to select his successor. That just sounds like the perfect start for a good fantasy book. I just have to give you guys a quick reading update because I am loving this book. And every time someone sits on a dragon, I hear that song from Game of Thrones when Daenerys and Jon Snow are on their dragons. So the concept is that there is a dragon throne, and in order to ascend the throne, you have to go through the dragon trials. And you can only attend the trials when you are chosen. So 5 people are chosen, and all of them have something that went wrong because it's kind of an unwritten rule that the eldest child is chosen. For instance, there's this girl called Hyperia and she is the eldest child, but her younger sister gets chosen and her younger sister isn't up for the task, declines this offer, then she gets the cut. And it's not explained what the cut is, but you're probably gonna die. So Hyperia decides she just kills her sister, slits her throat in front of her parents, then her dragon eats her in 3 bites, which is apparently a big honor, and then Hyperia waits for the call so she can attend the dragon trials. Yeah, the other characters that we followed are called Emilia, who has something called chaotic magic. Then there's Lucian, who wants to be a priest, but then he is called and he has promised himself to never pick up his sword again. Then there's also Vespir, who's a female servant of the lady that was supposed to be chosen, and Ajax, a 15-year-old bastard son. And everyone has a dragon. It's just really high fantasy, and I'm gonna read some more.
We vliegen naar een onbekende bestemming en ze zijn nu 2 ervan.
Die draken weten nog maar zijn.
Ja, die draken weten natuurlijk wel een soort van een call die niemand anders kan horen.
Dan? En waarom wil je dat doen?
Nou ja, dan kan je dus de Dragon Throne zenden.
En dan?
Dan ben je Emperor.
We just finished eating and dinner was really nice. I'm super thankful that my boyfriend cooked, but the kitchen is a mess. So that's what I'm going to do now. Clean this kitchen. Yeah, it might take me a while. And after that, I'm going back to reading. Cheers, guys! I just poured myself a glass of wine because it's Saturday night. You might hear the dishwasher in the background or my boyfriend screaming because he's playing Call of Duty and I'm still reading. It is now 8 p.m. I feel like this is a weird shot, so let me just put my glass on the table for a sec. Reading update, I am on page 113. It is a really, really good story. I am so invested. Even in the first 10 chapters or so, I'm now at chapter 17 or something, but the first 10 chapters, I almost cried. The book feels like a mix between Game of Thrones and The Hunger Games. In the story, apparently everyone who is part of the nobility has a dragon. You get a dragon egg when you're very young, and then it hatches and you grow up with your dragon, who is kind of your soul. They go through these trials to ascend the dragon throne. So only one can ascend the throne and the others get cut. And I'm at the part where the trials just started, the first trial, because there are apparently 4 great challenges in this trial: the hunt, the game, the race, and the truth. I think my favorite so far, or maybe the most interesting characters to me, are Ajax and Vespir. I think Ajax because he's so manipulative and I like that in characters. And Vespir because he's the only servant in the group and she doesn't really know what she's doing there. And there's a little bit of background story on a character as well, which I really like. But honestly, I like them all. I think they're all great characters. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it and I'll give you guys an update later on. Hi guys, so this will be my final reading update for today, Saturday. It is now midnight. So is it Saturday or Sunday at midnight? Never thought about that. Anyways, it's pretty dark now and I'm also really quiet because my boyfriend already went to bed and I don't want to wake him up with me vlogging. But I managed to get to page 269, which is more than halfway through, so I'm quite proud of myself. They have just gone through the second trial, which was the game, kind of this political thing, and they also did the third trial, which was the race, and then the fourth trial is the truth. And it's not quite clear what that is, but I'm at that point right now and I just don't want to stop. I don't want to stop reading. I really want to find out what the fourth trial is all about. And I'm also really anxious to find out who is gonna win and who will be cut, like literally cut. Because I have grown fond of all these characters. Guys, I'm gonna brush my teeth, I'm gonna put on my pajamas and maybe read for another hour or so. And I'll see you in the morning. Bye. Morning guys, so it is now Sunday 7:30 and I just woke up. I wanted to set my alarm so I could get a good 1.5 hours of reading in today, because at 9:30 I'm meeting a friend online. We're gonna have a tea and chats, and then after that in the afternoon a friend of me and my boyfriend is gonna come over and we're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons. It is actually the first time that I'm going to try that, so I'm really excited and I'm looking forward to it. So I have a good day ahead of me. Yesterday I read until I think 2 p.m. and I've made it to page 309, which is pretty far, so I might make it. So now I'm gonna make breakfast for myself. I'm not gonna make coffee because we have this grinder and it makes a lot of noise and it's Sunday morning. I don't want to do that. I think I'm gonna make an omelet with cheese for myself and then read until it's 9 p.m. and the readathon is over. It is now 9 in the morning and that means my 24 hours of reading are done. I did not finish House of Dragons. I have like 40 pages left, so you can bet that I'm gonna finish it today because I really want to find out what happens and how the book ends. As I told you before, there are 4 trials: the hunt, the game, the race, and the truth. So they've gone through all these trials and then there was a kind of whodunit and a huge plot twist, and now everything's turned upside down. Everything's changed and I'm just so invested in these characters. I mean, they all have something special and the dragons are characters as well. I didn't realize that in the beginning. I just saw them as pets, but they are characters. Maybe even the main characters of the story. Definitely gonna finish this book. I mean, 40 pages, come on. I just need to know how it ends. And I'm also really curious if there will be a sequel. I don't know, but if there will be a sequel, I'm definitely gonna read it because, oh man, I love this book. And I can't wait to share more thoughts on this book with you guys, but that's something I will do in my October book review. And that was it. That was my 24-hour of reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching and let's stay in touch.